What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another stream on a very hot Tuesday. Weather station is currently reading 94 degrees and might even get hotter than that today. So, yeah, we definitely have quite the event going on right now, and I do want to discuss some of that with you, with people who are joining us. I don't really care if anyone does, but yeah, again, today is officially day one of the heat risk. Yesterday really didn't do much. We did have the cram fire, which I will talk about in a minute. Which has gotten up to 28,000 acres according to watch duties. So yeah, again, very large fire. We will again talk about that in a bit. Um, yeah. So what we're taking a look at currently is the windy map, something I do want to talk about, or that is currently happening as of 5 p.m., um, or at least latest wind update as of the HRRF. This is the current wind speeds, HRRF analysis. But you can see that most of the wind is taking a western track here down the valleys. That's specifically due to onshore flow, which is actually coming on. We got easterlies coming on shore here and heading through the valley. So that's basically what's happening. Is there is westerly winds pushing west into the valley, and the onshore flow is pushing all this wind downwards. And basically, what's happening is we got a pretty pretty windy conditions going on in the central Willamette Valley, um, and that is actually fueling some heat down there as well. What's up, Quebec? How are you doing? So yeah, again, very very concerning stuff happening currently. Also around the cram fire, there is there's definitely a lot of wind there as well. Um, there's still a lot of wind there as well, so that's not good. Um, it is definitely making it tough for the crews to get a handle on on the fire here. Um, so yeah, we will be discussing that all here in this stream. Um, so yeah, again, westerly winds combining with the onshore flow, creating some pretty gusty winds in the uh, central Willamette Valley. Current wind gusts is actually pretty high according to the HRRR right now, about 30 miles an hour up and down the Willamette Valley, especially in again central Willamette Valley is that area we want to watch. Um, so yeah, pretty much pretty much what we were forecasting before, which was the westerlies to come in. I didn't really expect the onshore flow to still be here by today, but it's all right. Um, that just does make fire danger a little bit more elevated here in Central Willamette Valley near Salem, and actually the NWS has highlighted that, which we will talk about in a minute. I will be right back. I gotta go get some. I gotta get my computer charger because it's dying. So just hang with me, and I will be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Um, okay, so yeah, what I do want to take a look at now is that special weather sting that was issued not too long ago for most of the Willamette Valley. Um, so yeah, gotta load in the weather-wise map, and then I will show that. Right. Alright. So yeah, it's gonna be a little laggy for a minute. Just letting that all load in. Okay, I'll just turn that off for the time being. It's gonna be pretty annoying. Alright. So as you can see, we still have a heat advisory in effect. They did drop that red flag warning for northern central, well, actually, just central Washington. That would be a little bit southern central Washington. Um, so that's dropped, but now they have issued a special weather statement. This does expire in 3 hours, but this is for elevated fire concerns for areas within the Willamette Valley and western Columbia River Gorge within through this evening. For again, heightened fire danger from these winds. Again, breezy winds, low relative humidities, along with dry grasses and shrubs, are resulting in a favorable conditions for fire spread throughout this evening. The areas of highest concern are within the Willamette Valley and western Columbia River Gorge. The strongest winds and lowest relative humidities are likely to occur within the southern and central Willamette Valley, which, according to the Euro model, is occurring currently. Um, but again, yeah. So pretty elevated fire threat. Didn't really meet the fire weather warning or fire weather watch characteristics, so it's not issued. They also, I've noticed, dropped that excessive heat warning for the Medford area. Oddly enough, which does mean some of that wind is getting down here to Medford, probably loosening up the temperatures a little bit, which is really good for firefighters down there. Yeah, 96 to 105. Yesterday we were talking about possibly seeing 110 down there. Luckily, I don't believe that is possible anymore. So again, let's take a look at this heat wave heat advisory, because I know they did update it. Temperatures up to 92 to 100 is expected within the Willamette Valley, as you can see there. Then again, till 10 p.m. tomorrow, we are again going to be expecting that heat advisory to expire. Um, so yeah, obviously, still have that heat advisory in effect. Heat waves definitely not backing off. Well, till tomorrow. So we are definitely going to need to watch that throughout the next couple of, or throughout the next 24 hours here. So yeah, let's see. Let's move on to fire weather, because we really do got to get talking about this. Cram fire is a very serious threat right now. Um, so yeah, covered that part here. So yeah, we're just gonna let this load in for a minute. Shouldn't take too long. All right, here we go. All right, everything should completely load in here in a minute. after I relet it. I'm gonna try and turn on or turn off the webcams and then turn them back on here so we can let it load for a minute. It is causing me a little bit of lag, so yeah, just hang tight with me. I'm trying to figure out this lag problem so we can run smoother, more informative stream. This one's way more laggy. Huh. All right. This should do. Okay. So, what we got going on right now? We got the Cram Fire again. Grew to 2,635 acres in one night. Yesterday, we were just covering a 10,000 acre fire, and it has rapidly grown to 35,000 acres, and it's still growing, probably to 30 now. As you can see here, we have recent hotspot imagery showing the fire pushing south now. Which does mean it is kind of threatening more areas. As of now, kind of concerned about Madrez a little bit. Because this fire is spreading very rapidly here. And you can see recent hotspot data just shows that. Just high fire activity on the southern flank. The northern flank now reaching into Wasco County is still burning and probably burning rapidly as well, but it is pushing again. But it is getting pushed a little bit pushed by the winds a little bit, as we talked about recently. So yeah, again, very dangerous fire here, and they do have new evacuation updates. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at that. So again, last update was about 36 minutes ago officially. Zone NE12 has been split with western portion downgraded to level 2 B set. The eastern portion remains level 3 go now. Zones can be viewed at the Jefferson County evacuation map or Raptor evacuation map showing both counties. So again, there is evacuation orders in effect. As far as I know, I don't think there is very much we can look at in terms of evacuation orders, unless we pull up a different map, which we could. A little lag here. Okay. We're back. So, yeah, again, just turned on weather stations so we can actually look at the where the wind is spreading, or wind is where the wind direction is pointing, and you can see it clearly right here. We got southward flow at 50, and gusts up to 15 miles an hour there. As well as the latest update as of 4 p.m. or the 4 p.m. We had 80s over here. We're currently about 80 degrees at this weather station directly next to this fire. So again, we got another weather station right here. This one is close still. That has not updated though. So this is another close weather station. Measuring 19-mile-an-hour gusts. This one is saying northward flow. Huh. There's a northward flow on that one. This one's showing south. Yeah. So the fire is definitely spreading southward. It's taking a southward turn here, or a southward push, you could say. Um, yeah, I'm sorry about the lag. If I am lagging a little bit, can't really do nothing about that. Jesus. Okay. Here we go. I did find another camera after I stopped the stream yesterday. The Grizzly Mountain camera actually has a really good view of this fire currently. Because this is getting closer to the Grizzly Mountain fire. Right, sorry, Grizzly Mountain. As you can see, I'm not too sure because it looks like the smoke is getting in the way a little bit. So let's go ahead and play this back so you can see what's happening currently. So yeah, huh? See, I don't believe. See, I'm trying to find out if this. I don't think this is where the fire's at right now. If it was that close to Grizzly Mountain, we're starting to get really concerned about towns. But I don't think it's close to Grizzly Mountain yet. Of course, we do have our camera in Wasco County. So you can see still showing some smoke plumes coming up from those areas that are burning northward. So you can see the hotspot data is showing the exact same thing here. Pushing north. So again, yeah, just a very dangerous fire. And I am going to pull up the dispatch now, see if we can't hear anything. Because again, this thing is very this is a dangerous fire ground. So yeah, again, We are very concerned about it reaching towns as of right now, I'd say. Um, it is still spreading again south, so it's kind of heading a little bit more towards populated areas, and I do want to view that on the satellite actually. Um, Satellite feature here that we were looking at just yesterday. See, let me pull that up. Okay, so yeah, all right, let me pull up the satellite really quickly. And we can. Okay, so someone just said something about fire retardant on that dispatch. I don't think anyone heard that, but someone did say something over dispatch about fire retardant, so they're probably getting something with the planes involved. They're probably talking about the planes. Um, the most active area right now is the southern part of the fire, as you can see, because that is, of course, because of that wind direction, that wind flow that we're seeing, southward push there of this fire. So again, yeah, just very dangerous, threatening, life-threatening fire, and spreading or rapidly burning southward. It is about to enter the Oshiko Mountains. So yeah, again, hikers now should be concerned about this. I am going to show the satellites, the same one we were looking at yesterday. You can see the most area with the area with the biggest smoke plume is that southern side of the fire right here, and you can see if we roll this back, you can just see that it's rapidly spreading south there. Yeah, rapidly spreading south, and pretty soon, if we were to go back to this map, you can see it is still burning shrubbery and grass. So that's one of the main causes and reasons that this fire is moving just so fast is because it's not moving anything too dense. Forest fires can spread as fast as this, but forest fires usually only spread fast when they're burning during like a wind event or something like that. Um, Grass fires will just book it wherever the wind direction is taking it because the grass is just so dry. Grass dries so much faster than wood. So it's very much like that. And then okay, my worry is it's going to start pushing into this foresty area, or so it's going to start pushing into this foresty area. You can see there's definitely a lot of pine around these mountains here. So it'll start pushing into the pine, and we possibly could see some crowning here. So we're definitely worried about crowning. Crowning is basically where the fire hops from top to top, treetop to treetop, and rapidly spreads. And I do see that being possible. So in this case, we definitely will see a fast-moving fire heading into that area. And again, as soon as it reaches these mountainy areas right here, that is when we need to start worrying about towns being threatened, because we already have a couple towns being threatened as of right now. Or already have a couple towns being, possibly burnt or something like that, because again, Ashwood definitely is possibly compromised. I do hope that people in Ashwood evacuated. That is a concern. Let's just get some dispatch noise there. So we're not back over to our satellite. So you can see it's again still rapidly burning here. All right, so we just got a new scan. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Last frame. So it was right here. This hotspot was. Okay. So you can see this little flare right here. Pay attention to that. Just rapidly spreading here on the southern front. And again, yeah, this is definitely has a chance of threatening some towns here if it continues. So we are going to be keeping tabs up on this throughout, or for most of the stream. The Cram Fire, of course, isn't the only fire we need to talk about, but it is the most serious in our state right now. If we take a look down to southern Oregon, again, we still have that wildfire outbreak ongoing over here. A couple new fires have started. One of the most concerning of which that I'm watching out for near Upper Klamath Lake is the Hagelstein fire, which is 0% contained. It started about 5:42 p.m. yesterday, and has since then started to rapidly spread. You can see they did issue an advisory about 8 hours ago. Last update was about 8 hours ago. So we're gonna just read this, so we can catch up to date. The Hagelstein fire, which started yesterday evening, is burning approximately 14 miles north of Klamath Falls, near Highway 97. The fire is currently burning on private land protected by the Oregon Department of Forestry and the Fremont Winema National Forest. Oregon Department of Forestry's incident management team assigned the elk fire assumed command. So basically, an incident management team from the elk fire has taken command of the Hagelstein fire. So yeah, elk fire assumed command of the Hagelstein fire at 6 a.m. this morning. The team is now managing both the elk and Hagelstein fires, continuing to provide critical support to local districts currently stretched thin due to ongoing wildfire activity. Highway 97 near the entrance to Hagelstein on 9718 road. I don't know. Yeah, is experiencing heavy fire traffic. Drivers urged to use caution when traveling through this area. Please avoid. Yeah. So again, We got the Hazelstein fire and the Elk fire, which we still need to be worried about. Or even though the Elk fire is currently being contained as we speak, um, it's definitely still a worry, especially with these winds. The last update was about 8 hours ago as well. Again, fire is 2,699 acres and 31% contained. That may drop today as we do see those winds pick up, which again we've talked about before. So yeah, we do need to be watching both these new fires, very closely. The elk fire the elk fire actually started in a forested area, probably pine and stuff. The Hadgelstein fire is burning completely in pine. You can see right around here, just a lot of dried pine. Um, so yeah, Hadgelstein fire is definitely not something you'd want to mess around with. Oh, these campsites. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. So if we do have a new satellite scan, if we go and push back up to the Cran fire. We do have a new satellite scan. Okay, so it looks like we're seeing some spot fires possibly popping up over here ahead of the fire. What's happening is winds are so strong, we're getting gusts picking up sparks and carrying them a couple acres in front of the fire. And this is going to cause more problems here. If this is what's happening, is we've got spot fires now popping up ahead of this fire. It's definitely not a good situation. And I'm wondering if that is what I'm seeing over here on this camera. There's a spot fire that popped up. That is not good at all. So yeah, we want to. Yeah. Um, spot fires are somewhere right around there. We're taking a look at it. Looks like. So satellite data was accurate to an extent.
Can
Yep.
we please add an engine code 1 to our call? We can't get a door open in the building.
I think that's unrelated. So recent satellite imagery doesn't yet show any of the spot fires, although it might be right around here. It's kind of hard to see. Sorry about that. So like somewhere around here and here, I'm trying to point out with my mouse. Possibly those areas are these spot fires that we're seeing. Again, spot fires are the small fires put that spark in front of the fire, and which we may be seeing here on this webcam is smoke coming from some of these spot fires. You can see just a heavy smoke presence. If we go ahead and click, just gonna close that. See, just heavy smoke presence here coming up that hill. You can really see though that it is moving up this little inclinement. It looks like the smoke appears to be moving up this inclinement. Again, what we could be seeing is possibly just wind pushing smoke from the fire, but I feel like something's got to be burning up here for it to be like that. For it to be that much, and it just looks like there's a lot of rise over here. So yeah, very interesting. Definitely a concern there though. For spot fires be popping up on this fire. I'm gonna turn that radio back on. So yeah, we are just waiting for that second satellite scan there. 1 minute, 22 seconds. This went on live. So an interesting little feature here is what I'm seeing on satellite. Might be a little bit more concerning than I had let on. Okay, would it be? Okay, bad news. It looks like the fire, as of recent satellite data, has actually grown. So right here, you can see these two hot spots right here. This is actually the fire front right here. This would be the fire front now, right here. Didn't mean to draw it that big. But yeah, right around there. That is the most likely fire area right there. That's where the fires burned. Um, Obviously, this map has not updated yet, but I'm not too sure if it will. But according to satellite data, that might be where the fire's burning, or at least right next to it. Okay. Just getting some unrelated chatter there over the radio. So 2 minutes till the next radar scan. Sorry, satellite scan. So yeah, we're just going to be continuously watching this there. Watching this side of the fire, the southern side of the fire, which is the most concerning. Again, I'm gonna go double check for new updates on the Chrome fire. Did just get updated 3 minutes ago. Okay. Yep. All right. We definitely need to share this. Okay. So, 5 minutes ago. All right. It looks like Madras is just outside of the evacuation zones. This fire is spreading very fast. Only downgrade 12. Yeah, Madras is Red Cross setup school. Red Cross. Okay. I think. Okay. Shows a fire burn parameter as well as the central hub of Madras. The fire is clickable. So it looks like there is a hub in Madrid for evacuees. As you can see there, obviously, yeah, we're still concerned about all of this area that is under a level 3 go now evacuation. Of course, that that's a concern. Again, we're concerned. What we're concerned about right now, obviously, is the fire spreading south and kind of towards Madrid. Actually, do I think it's going to reach all the way over there? Hopefully not, but I don't think it. I think the firefighters probably could get a handle on it before it does. It just depends on if this wind does calm down here. So you can see the latest scan. Still more activity. A lot of flaring going on there on satellite. Yeah, just absolutely burning there. You can see there is a possible spot fire here. There is a possible area of spot fire there. That area did just get a little bit. Yeah, right there. That is a possible spot fire that started. Well, maybe started. Might just be hot spots that I'm seeing. So again, people aren't going to have that much time ahead of this fire to evacuate as well. So you can see they're going to have to go south. They're going to have to go as fast as possible here. You just go south. Fire is in Teller Butte right now. Probably a little bit more towards Baldwin Butte. Recent wind gauge over here measured, looks like 22 mile an hour wind gusts as of an hour ago. So it's not updated quite yet. That updated about an hour ago. All right, turn that dispatch back up. So yeah, people are going to have to travel down Route 97, and if they are evacuating, head to Madrid. That is where it looks like several shelters are stationed there. As far as I know, Madrid is dealing with some smoke too. Yeah, it is definitely dealing with some of that smoke there. You can see it. So definitely, unless you flee the other way, if you flee southeast, you might be able to get out of that smoke screen, but I don't believe. I don't believe that is a safe route. 20-mile-an-hour gusts on this weather station. Winds out of the north, it looks like. Okay, so it is spreading a little bit. Okay, so that's not good. South-southwest. These ones are saying north. And that is in the direction of Madras. So, yeah, I don't. That's not good. New scan on satellite. Not much of a change. Again, this is just still going there and rapidly spreading. You can see the some of the southern part is now starting to get pretty big there on satellite. Would definitely indicate rapid spread as well. So some news I just want to go ahead and bring up. We did have 2 fires just pop up in the Willamette Valley. These fires have been very small and are contained, but I do want to really quickly discuss that this right here is what we are mainly concerned about here. So you can see we got 2 vegetation fires. One was the shaft fire, and one was this vegetation fire that never got named. As you can see, units got a pretty good handle on it as soon as it started. So again, pretty good coordination there with the firefighters in Marion County. That fire has been knocked down and mopped up. So shaft fire is out. This other vegetation fire is out. As far as I know, no other fires have popped up. Oh, there we go. We got firefighters en route to the Cram fire. If you didn't just hear that over the radio, turn this up a little bit. We do have some Cram fire news going on the radio. Yeah, but again, we are going to start hearing a little bit more of local fire stations responding to the Cram fire, as this is posing a threat towards Madras a little bit. And it does look like this fire is ramping up still, too. You can see again. Yeah, but just really serious fire. fan down a little bit, just so we can be able to hear a little bit better. Okay, cool. All right. Stream's doing okay. Just had a check on the stream. Sounded like, sounded like the fan was just interfering a little bit too much with the stream. We're about to get a new scan here. Satellite. So you can see just a large amount of flaring going on there on that satellite scan. As we continue to cover the Cram fire. Which is starting to pose a threat to Madras over here. Unrelated again. Just getting a little bit of unrelated dispatch noise from other counties over that radio. So just going to temporarily turn it off. See if there's any updates. Yeah, the last update was about 17 minutes ago, so I wouldn't expect much. Yeah, but again, we are getting some hot spots ahead of the fire starting to light from sparks just blowing. So this fire is definitely spreading rapidly here. So yeah, let's hope the I definitely hope the firefighters gain containment or control of some sort over this fire. Yeah. I don't think I have a really good shot of like a clear view of this fire. Of course, we could check around, but I don't think there's any good cameras except for like the northern portion of the fire right up here, which has a view, but not of the back end, as you can see over there. That same right here, there's the back end. This is the front end, or northern end. Sorry, northern end. That plane back there is the southern end. So, yeah. Let's go back over to the satellite here. You can just see from the first frame all the way to the 24th frame, you can just see the fire just rapidly spreading there. It was only around here by the first frame, by the 24th frame. It's just grown. So, this is not a fire to play around with. This is actually probably the first 30-acre fire Oregon has seen this year, surprisingly. It's been pretty scattered for like major fires. We've only had like one, which was the Willow Fire, and the other one being the Butte Fire, which were both in Central Oregon and both caught fire on shrubbery and stuff like that. So other than that, we haven't really had that many big fires to talk about. I mean, I guess the Butte Fire really didn't grow that well. No, it did get up to 10,000, I think. I forget. But yeah, as you can see, just major spread. Our next update is in less than a minute. So again, yeah, we are just joining us now. We are tracking the Cram fire in Central Oregon and Jefferson County, which is spreading rapidly south and posing a threat to local towns such as Madrid, but I don't believe it's going to get all the way up there. But it is still posing that threat. This is a camera. It's not really. This is the closest. This is the other closest camera of the southern side, but it's not really. You can't really see anything because the fire is just too close to the viewing range of it. Um, as of now, it is definitely getting close to that ridge right here that you can see. That smoke is coming out up off. So, yeah. All right, we're getting another scan here of this fire. You can see that leading edge right here. Just rapid spread. Okay, wait. So that's where the camera is. I do want to do a little bit of analysis here. So that's where the camera is. So this is where the camera is right now. This is where the fire is. So what we're seeing is mainly very just dense smoke coming right off the top of the fire and getting onto the camera. So it's definitely close, but not that close. But yeah. Okay. Let's see if there's any updates on the watch duty. The last update was about 2 minutes ago. It may have just been the parameter or new hotspots. Yeah, it was definitely new hotspots. We got some new ones popping up around here. So. Okay, I think that was coming from the crown fire. That dispatch noise. Yeah, I don't know where those firefighters are located. They didn't say where they're located on the side of the fire, but they said it kind of sounds like they're having trouble containing it, and they're leaving their post possibly. But I don't really know. I'm definitely need more clarity on that. Yeah, so the fire is basically right here. There's a little bit of a gap here, a gapping between like hotspot data. But yeah, you could just basically say if you drew it out, this would be all hotspots. Next scan is in about 2 minutes. So yeah, we will be covering this fire. The main focus of the stream again is once again the Cram fire. So the main focus of the stream currently is the Cram fire. We will be moving on to more heat coverage. Probably not looking at models because the event is currently now ongoing. So, but what we will be looking at is actually weather stations around the Willamette Valley over here.
Wait. 312, 323, 355, 373. We're going to turn off 3.
Yeah, but what I was saying is we are going to be taking a look at weather stations around the Willamette Valley over here, in some of these towns, and measuring some temperatures and getting some temperature measurements from around that. That is what we will be doing. So we'll basically be doing both. I think back and forth is what we'll be doing. Back and forth between wildfire coverage and temperature coverage. So we can turn that off.
East Road, Process Coast and Way, Malwich Drive, 370 Altitude. Figure out, can I get notes? The road is blocked, no entrapment.
That's smoke.
Not very much.
So we did just see a scan, actually. Sorry, I was just trying to get something worked out. But we do have another scan here. You can just see this whole line now, this whole front of this fire is now pushing in the latest frames. It's just rapidly spreading here. I think we can turn the dispatch on again. Yeah, the last update was about 7 minutes ago. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the weather stations around the Willamette Valley really quickly. So yeah, that's what we are going to be doing. All right. So
Post P is on scene with the East County Sheriff's Office. We have a female who has.
Okay, yeah, that's not associated either. Alrighty. So we got two weather stations right here. These stations are going to be near Woodburn on I-5. We'll be basically going up and down anywhere on I-5 here. So yeah, this station was updated about 20 minutes ago, and the temperature is 94 degrees. So, and this one was this temperature monitor we were taking a look at. Yeah, where's that? Should say where it's at here, but it doesn't. Okay, so it's over here by Woodburn, and this weather station is measuring about 94. Keep in mind, so we're going to take a look at Salem. Keep in mind our temperature prediction for today for Salem. I think, actually, I can pull up the file. I have the file. Let me see what we forecasted today's temperature to be for Salem. That was yesterday, so. Yes. All right, here we go. Okay. So we forecasted Salem up to 70 or 90 degrees. Let's see if that checked out here. So we're going to zoom in, most recent weather station. Around 92. So you know what? We're getting good verification here. So most closest weather monitor here is measuring 92 degrees. So the low temperature we predicted would be, let's see, let me go back here to this files. Low temperature we thought was going to be about 65 for Tuesday. And it looks like the low temperature actually got down to around 41 or 50, 54 yesterday. So, yeah, pretty interesting. So, yeah, we're going to move on. See what other stations are measuring up the Willamette Valley. We're not only going to be doing areas that we were forecasting originally, so we'll check out a little bit over here up near Ascadia. See what Ascadia is doing. 88.6. Interesting. So definitely looks like the marine flow is cooling things down a little bit more than we thought. Relative humidity is a little bit concerning though, 29. The mountain definitely probably is going to be cool. We don't have really a recent update from the mountain. We do that over here though. Looks like near Welch's. 90 degrees, there it is. So there's some 90s over here in the mountains. Okay. Now heading into Portland, we got some locations here. This is very crucial. So we want to take a look at the gorge area because this is where all of that westerlies are coming in. 81. Dang. So I'm guessing some of these areas are high in elevation. I just checked. This is near Mosier. 90. There we go. So Mosier, all these areas across the Columbia River. 90. Those are 90s. So again, today wasn't really supposed to be the forefront of it, you could say. Tomorrow is the day we really need to be worried. The bulk of it will be coming in tomorrow. Whether places get mid 90s or lower 90s is the question, but mainly, of course, we are predicting that. And we got an area, we got a weather station measuring 99 there. So yeah, definitely, the gorge one is definitely putting an impact on this stuff. 88 on that other one, so I'm not really sure what this one's saying. Why that one's saying that. Maybe that's in higher elevation. And the other ones, 91. So yeah, definitely some pretty interesting stuff going on in the gorge. This is another one near a little bit lower in elevation, 96 being measured there. If we travel down the gorge on I-84 there, you can see we just have lower upper 90s. So you can see the gorge wind is funneling. What's happening basically is the gorge wind is funneling through this little this little valley, and it's carrying warm temperatures with it. And all these areas, all these weather stations that we're measuring right now are getting hot. So yeah, so let's take a look at Portland, because I do want to, because I did forecast Portland to be around 95 today, and it almost looks like that verified. So I do want to take a look at that. Okay, where is? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see what we forecasted for Portland. We forecasted 95 degrees. My local weather station is measuring 94. The high it measured. Let me just get to the temperature. .95 was the peak it measured. So our forecast was directly on dot for today, 95 degrees. The low was for yesterday was about 56, but again, that yesterday was pretty cool. So yeah, 95. Let's see some of these local weather stations are measuring. We'll check the airport weather station here in a minute. 92, so close. 91. Check up in Vancouver in a minute. Let's see one of these recent ones over here. That's a webcam. Oh, no, it's not. 95 over here near Gresham. I do expect the ones over near in the southwest area, or the southwest Portland, to be a little bit more warmer, since that is directly out of the flow. 92. So it looks like mainly, aside from my weather station over here in St. John's, it looks like mainly low 90s for today was the high altogether in Portland. Of course, localized, we were talking mid-upper 90s. Localized is definitely mid-upper 90s. So, that kind of verified-ish, you could say. Let's check along the coast. I do want to check out the coast here in a minute. Yeah, so I don't think the coast is got really warm today, which is good, because we definitely had some marine flow. So this is near Bay City. I'm not really sure what this small town is. Come on, look. Yeah, 60s, upper 60s on that local weather station. There's another one near Cloverdale, upper 80s, 70s. This is near Lincoln City. This weather station's measuring around mid 80s. This one hasn't updated for a while, I don't think. Yeah, 30 minutes ago was the last update. So yeah, 50s, mid 50s. That is some cool temperatures there. Yeah, now we go. This is the most recent one here. Got some mid 70s. So it's really nice on the coast right now. That's definitely where I would go right now if I could. Definitely up to the coast. Just mid 70s going on over there. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and move down to Medford. And then we'll move back up to the fire, and then we'll take a look at the temperatures again. So we'll be, again, the plan is to just kind of fluctuate between just checking temperatures and whatnot. My weather station is showing now that the temperatures are cooling a little bit, so I think we definitely just reached peak heat. So yeah, all right. So this is around Central Point. Yeah, a lot of fires are going around this area. Yeah, just a lot of just again wildfire outbreak. That's what you call it. Um, let's check up over here in these couple cities: Gold Point, River here, and Medford, of course. First, Grand Pass, 95, so upper 90s near Gold Hill. This other weather station's measuring 97, so very warm temperatures here, downright hot, you could say. And 92. 100. There it is. There's some 100s there in Central Point. Yeah, so you can see throughout the Willamette Valley, again, that heat is coming through there and verifying. So yeah, we will continue to keep an eye on those temperatures. So we had a new fire pop over here, mutual aid fire. Yeah, 3 hours ago. Okay, so that's not really relevant. It's about 3 hours ago that it started. Do have a new scan of the satellite, so let's go ahead and take a look at that at this newest scan here. Again, you can see this entire front, and now it's looking like this part of the southern side of the fire is more active than this than the right side. Left side of the southern side of the fire is more active. So you can see more satellite flare-ups happening there. So we did get new hotspot data. As you can see, the right side of the fire has more hotspots popping up on it now as it pushes west. So this is, sorry, not west, south. So again, this is, yeah, very, very concerning fire. Last update was about 23 minutes ago. So not much going on with that. Yeah, I don't know what. Okay, maybe. All right, cool. Okay, I think we can turn dispatch back on. Let's do that. All right, we're turning dispatch back on. Yeah. Okay. So we should hear more dispatch here coming from the Crown Fire as we kind of just watch this. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break really quickly, get some water, and yeah, I will be right back with y'all in a bit. So then we'll be back covering this probably for at least another 2 hours. Again, keeping tabs on those temperatures as well. I want to see if we can't get a temperature map. Maybe that's like directly made for what we're doing here, because obviously we are not seeing that. Just trying to see what I can't use. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can find here.
Good spot right here by 7-3, and we'll have you assist with taking the roof.
Yeah, all right, that's unrelated. Okay, so it looks like this is the only one we got. That's all right though. The temperature map we got. So yeah, I will be going to break here in a minute. I'll let the radio play. Hopefully, it doesn't play anything that's not really related to the fire, or I will have to. Actually, no. So. Yeah. Got a new satellite update. Yeah, there's not really much activities. Not really much changes. Um, okay, I think I did just find something that would probably help a little bit. Okay, yeah, I did just pull up something that probably could help a little bit. So yeah, they don't show in depth temperature, but it shows basically every airport measurement as of recent. So I'm just really gonna show that off. As you can see, lower 90s and mid 80s, or upper 90s, or what, upper 80s there, and mid 90s over here for Medford. Yeah, but that's something we'll be using from now on, probably for the temperatures, instead of having to go use the watch duty map. Although I do want to continue to use the watch duty map weather stations for like wind and stuff like that. So, that'll be something. Weather stations and stuff. Weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, just zoom out a little bit. All right. Well, I will be back with y'all in a bit. I'm going to be going on break for a bit. Yeah, see y'all in a minute. Alrighty, we are back. Okay, so I think yes, we did get a new scan. So the right side of the southern side of the fire is still continuing to push up this little ridge here. It looks like. Okay, so we just got a hotspot update here for the watch duty map. So again, it is according to satellite, it is starting to get kind of right next to the Ochako Mountains. This little ridge right here, it's kind of like paralleling, you could say. It is pushing kind of towards the Baldwin Hills a little bit. So yeah, just telling y'all, if y'all do see the 28,000, I believe it's definitely gotten up to 30,000 acres by now. We haven't really gotten a new map analysis out from the fire department yet. So or the Oregon Forestry or the units on scene yet. So we are still waiting for an update on Anchorage. But I suggest next update it will absolutely show 30,000 acres plus fire. So yeah, plan for the stream. I just do want to really quickly let this out. Is we are probably going to end up ending around 7 or not 7, 8 p.m. PDT. So that'll be about 3 hours. We'll make it about 3 hours here. So we can cover this as much as possible, as well as the heat wave and all of that. But yeah, so no idea what I just heard over the radio. Okay. But again, yeah, this fire is still posing a threat right now. All right. New satellite scan is out, it looks like.
Correct. We are being held at the gate right now, waiting for the second medical to arrive.
Yeah, that's unrelated. Once again, the left side of the southern fire is still the largest portion of the fire right now. That is just again exploding. We're seeing rapid spread from this fire. The last update was about 38 minutes ago, so we probably will get one here in a minute. But yeah, this is a very dangerous fire. So we just got a temperature update here for y'all. PDX still holding steady at 91. Salem 92. Eugene 91. And for here, we're getting some 90s. Southern Oregon 90s, upper 90s again. Medford is probably about to reach 100 today. So yeah, this what we basically lines up with what we took a look at earlier on the Watch Studio map. The high temperature today was officially 91. Unofficially, I'd say 95 because my weather station measured that. But that is only locally. Of course, officially, it is 91. That is what the most of the weather stations are saying, aside from mine. So of course, my weather station is in a hot spot, so obviously, so you know. Yeah, so we'll just we'll be continuing coverage on this fire. Not associated. There. We probably will be live again tomorrow. I don't exactly know what time. But I know I probably will be live, hopefully earlier. But usually in the morning, in the mornings, I'm kind of groggy and all that, so I don't really get that motivated and all that to do stuff. But we will see what happens. I will pick a time to schedule a stream tonight. So, you know, once I do go live again. Tomorrow. So again, incredibly hot temperatures. Tomorrow is going to be even hotter. I will show you guys the forecasts once we get to the end of the stream, which might actually be a little bit earlier than previously thought. I mean, I wanted to gun for 3 hours, but there's not really much happening aside from the cran fire. Which we're going to continue covering, but I mean, we can try and we'll try and go for 3 hours. We'll try and go for 3 hours. So new scan is about to come out. Less than a minute. Way less than a minute, actually. Oh, what? Never mind. Sorry, I don't know what I was seeing. 4 minutes. Unless it's just updated. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what just happened. Interesting. Oh, what? Okay. I have no idea what happened. All right, we're going to refresh because there obviously was a new update, as you can see right there. Just a giant flare now. Looks like the center part of the southern part of the fire, southern side of the fire, is now the leading portion. We're going to turn the radio. So it looks like we got some firefighters en route to Madras here. Maybe to help with evacuation stuff and all that. Refugees. But as you can see, yeah, just very rapidly spreading fire. Last update was 40 minutes ago. Let's go ahead. There may have just been a new update as soon as I said that. Hold on. No. Still nothing. Okay. Let's go ahead and zoom out here. I do want to move back down to a wildfire outbreak down here, see and just check on things, see if nothing's picked up or whatnot. I don't think anything is happening here. We really haven't had any updates with this Hegelstein fire. Hopefully it's gotten containment. Obviously, hotspot data is still showing this fire pushing south. There's a couple of recent hotspots surrounding it. Looks like the perimeter of the fire is going to be something like this. More likely something like this. So there is a pretty interesting fire there. Other than that, there hasn't really been much activity up here in the Willamette Valley, except for these two fires. But yeah, nothing else has really been reported. So people are doing a good job at keeping the fires at bay for the time being. Get some interference on dispatch there, but yeah. Yeah. So let's zoom back into the Grand Fire. Yeah. Last update was now an hour
Would you remove 74 from the Deer Ridge goal and attach 1775?
Next scan is coming out on the satellite in about an hour, or what? A minute.
13. Good. Hey, did you copy my traffic with Adam 4 on well?
Probably some unrelated stuff going on here on dispatch.
Yeah, it was on law. I jumped over it. I'm talking to dispatch. You're going to go out to the whole Highway 97 and take a right on speed 43. And that's going to take you up to him. I'm passing part of the structural task force out here. I might relay to you, but when you pass them, I'll get you an update.
Okay, so
Maybe it could be a resource to pull something up there.
it sounds like we got people going
Yeah,
up
copy.
Route
Usually
97.
was, asked to go up and try to pull some more resources back, so they went past me. And I turned around and started coming back to you guys.
Okay, so we got probably a squad up here near on Route 97. They're definitely talking about someone heading up to Route 97. It sounded like to meet meet crew, a crew squadron or something like that up there. So there's definitely something. Maybe they're holding fire at Route 97. So something going up on there. On that highway there. Because of course the western part of the side of the fire is still burning. It may not look like it, but it's still kind of burning there. Okay, I was not showing this. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over it again. Firefighters are heading up Route 97. It looks like to possibly meet with someone or a crew up on Route 97, maybe to hold this side of the northern side of the fire or the western side of the fire. But there was definitely a squadron or something up here. Wouldn't doubt that. But so that's something that is currently. So we did just get a new scan.
But potentially domestic abuse.
That's not related. So, okay. New satellite data definitely showing this flare right here. Massive flare. up here on the left south side of the fire. It's still rapidly burning here. We'll turn this back up. Dispatch. But yeah, so fire's definitely spreading into Baldwin Hills right now. We got crews positioned up here on Route 97. Definitely sounded like fire's about to start heading into Ochako Mountains, according to hotspot data. So yeah, just gonna double check for more updates. That is a call alarm, which means that is 100% unrelated. So, yeah, a little fun fact. Anytime you hear a loud beeping sound on a dispatcher, that's usually a call sign, a call assignment being put out for a unit. So, usually you only hear that in a city. So that's probably coming from one of these cities that is just west of the fire. So it's probably not related. But yeah, we'll turn this back up. Here we go. Yeah, but yeah. Meanwhile, for the temperatures, I'm not surprised if we do see the Medford Airport reach 100 here within the next updates. I do want to just update this just in case it did.
Deer Ridge, we copied the assault. Were we able to get a response from Warm Springs?
Yeah, there's nothing really going on up there. Okay, Warm Springs. So Warm Springs. I think it's actually up here, if I'm not mistaken. I do know there's a place called Warm Springs, but I don't exactly know where. Okay, so en route to front basically just means en route to front of the fire. Front lines, you could say. So we got firefighters getting en route to front. Okay. Yeah, let's go back into our watch duty map. Hopefully we see an update here from the fire crew here.
We'll be en route to the assault in Colbert.
That's not related. Yeah, that's not related. New scan on satellite. Let's take a look at that. So then just massive flares going off over here on the southern side of the fire. It's still continuing to rapidly burn right now. So, yeah, again, just a major situation going up here in Central Oregon. I do want to check with some of these weather stations. Another call assignment. Okay, we'll block that because I do not believe that is associated. Okay, so this is saying north still. I'm pretty sure these both are saying north. Yeah, northeast. This weather station is now saying northeast as well, so the fire might be changing directions here and taking a northeastern turn, according to weather station data. So if that is true, we would be seeing a push of the northeast front here towards Mappin Butte. Mappin, I don't know how to say that, Mappin Butte. Really quickly, I do want to turn on the wind direction. So this will tell us where the fire is spreading. This is just briefly. So as you can see, most of the winds are pushing southwest, actually. So I have no idea why these weather stations are actually saying northeast, because the wind direction obviously is southwest. Yeah, I'm going to turn that off, though, lag issues. But yeah, so wind is pushing southwest, which means the fire is spreading directly towards Madras. I hope that wind direction really changes. Yeah, so weather. So yeah, this is 100% now a threat to Madras. And Warm Springs up here, the people who are saying, can we get a hold of Warm Springs? Warm Springs is up here. They're probably talking about getting back up towards the fire. I'm pretty sure a lot of units are heading up to this, to the Crane fire right now from Madras and all that. So definitely a serious situation right now. One minute. So this camera is still showing northeast push. I don't know why they're saying northeast. The wind is pushing southwest at the moment. Let's see if there's any updates. From March. Next scan's about to come out on the satellite, so we'll just see. Yeah, again, fire appears to be making a southeast push from wind data, which does show the wind blowing southwest. Sorry, which is directly right towards Madras. Not something we want to see at all. There's not much going on with the temperature.
BLS at this time.
New scan.
I copy 2275 is staged at the Great BLS at this time.
Okay, that's unrelated. Some units staging there. Yeah, again, very. You can see this big flare right there. Just big flare right here. This usually means the fire is spreading rapidly still. It's very close to Madras right now, according to satellite data. The flare probably is showing. I'm just gonna right here. This is where that flare is located, somewhere around this area, this red little dot. And so it's very close to Route 97 right now. So yeah, again, this is just a major fire going on right now. And it is threatening Madras and Mutulis as well. Just a very large fire. Just taking a look at the Willamette Valley, double checking if there's no active fires going on over here. Now, of course, we still have these two spot fires. But it doesn't really look like much is going on in the valley in terms of wildfire activity. Next scan is in 2 minutes. Still no update. That really does need to be updated. Alright, still no update, yeah. Alright, not really seeing much. Let's take a look at the past 200 frames. And just see what happened in those 200 frames. So we're going to scroll it back. This is at night here. You can see these two. You can see that where that fire's at. The fire continues to burn midday. You can see it's still very small, but you can see it's just rapidly picked up pace any day. You can see that. Look at that.
1775.
Just rapidly spread there. It's definitely still spreading a lot. Last scan here that we had, still a lot of fire activity on this thing.
Negative, we'll continue.
It's like that right sector of the southern side of the fire is picked up yet again. Still nothing. Let's do temperature update here. Let's refresh these. Yeah, it doesn't look like much has changed. Still low 90s as of the last update. Low 90s for Portland, all around the Willamette Valley. Low upper 90s. Low 90s, sorry. Upper 90s for Medford here. Really upper 90s. So yeah, just not that that's that hot. Well, I mean it is hot, but you know. Yeah, so that's our temperature forecast. Or not forecast, I mean temperature updates. Yeah. Much. I want to get a new scan. All right, so I think what's going to happen is we're going to do. There's not really that much updates coming out on the Crown Fire as there was earlier today, but it is spreading rapidly. That's pretty much all we know. We definitely heard some radio frequencies saying firefighters are positioned now on the Route 97, definitely. What I'm going to do is we're going to move on to models and just see what's going to happen throughout the next couple days. And then we'll do forecasts, and we will end it off there because we just don't have that much going on right now. Temperatures are not that hot, and tomorrow is going to be a lot more serious for streaming because dangerous heat is going to be a thing. So what we are going to be doing is, moving on to to our models. Let's see here. Okay. God, what are models? Okay. So, yeah, let's move on to our models, and because we do definitely have some changes here that we need to talk about. To our temperature forecasts. Okay, so this is going to be. All right, so this was as of the 15Z outlook. So it's not 58 degrees. Most definitely not. The Euromodels forecast verified completely 91, 91, 80s. It didn't verify around Medford, but that is okay. Forecasted cooled off. It looks like it's going to be around the 60s according to the Euromodel, up and down the I-5 corridor. Upper 60s a little bit, mid 60s. GFS is calling for mostly the same, except for upper 50s, mid 50s, and upper 50s. So we're going to go back to the Euromodel. I do want to take a look at tomorrow's forecast. So tomorrow's peak heat. This is what we really need to be discussing right now. Tomorrow's peak heat. On the Portland Metro, and this is where we're going to see some of that gorge wind start to kick in, according to some model runs, which we will take a look at windy in a minute. But again, according to the Euro model, probably around Southwest Portland's going to get up to the way upper 90s. The most of the Portland metro is going to stay at mid 90s according to the Euro model. Salem is going to be around the mid 90s, and Medford is obviously going to stay in those high 90s as well. And the Central Oregon, we're still going to see a lot of that normal heat that we've been dealing with. For them, of course, we got that 90s. According to the GFS, on the other hand, 98 for Portland as of the most recent outlook, which was the 12Z outlook. 99 here, according to the GFS. From Portland all the way to Salem, 99-degree temperatures are expected. 98.9 are some pockets of 99 are also possible in Medford. So 99 degrees is going to be a threat tomorrow. A pretty big threat according to the GFS. Of course, Euro model is down. Euro model looks like it might be downplaying just a little too much there. And of course, we're still according to the GFS, we're still dealing with the 90s up here in Central Oregon and Eastern Oregon. So pushing on through that, let's go to Thursday, which is quite interesting. We're going to take a look at the Euro model first. Euro model wants mid 80s, which would be a major temperature difference, because we've been dealing with, of course, those 90s. So this is going to feel like a big plummet from what we've been dealing with. Of course, there's probably going to be some definite areas of 90s in here from Salem to Portland, as well as northern central Oregon. Definitely going to be dealing with some upper 90s, possible hundreds around here. Definitely want to worry about the fire threat around here as well. Eastern Oregon's going to start picking up as well, getting into the hundreds. As well as this pocket down here. Medford is going to be quite warm according to the Euro model, all according to the Euro model. GFS is uptrended a little bit on this on Thursday. So GFS Eastern Oregon, very mid 100 or very high up in the 100s. Some spots up into 104 according to the GFS. Eastern Central Oregon, 80s and 90s. Medford still very warm, and then possibly some 90s from Portland to Salem as well. And I feel like the GFS is seeing the gorge wind kick in a little bit more than any other model is currently, and is saying that the gorge wind is most likely going to be the main culprit for us being up so warm. So, yeah. Well, let's take a look at Friday. So Friday will be quite the interesting day. So according to the Euro model, we're going to see that temperature. We're going to start to see temperatures dip down even more. We're going to start to see. Looks like the Euro says mid 80s throughout the entirety, mid to upper 80s throughout the entirety of the I-5 corridor. Of course, got that Medford spot still holding on to the 90s. Eastern Oregon, 90s to 100 degrees. Eastern or central northern Oregon, possible hundreds there. Would not be surprised if we do pick up on some hundreds around there and around central Oregon too, according to the Euro model. And GFS is forecasting. I feel like it's overplaying a little bit, because it is forecasting us to continue to be in these upper 80s, possibly localized 90-degree pockets. But throughout the entirety of the I-5 corridor, you can just see upper 80s, possible areas of 90s there. Medford, of course, still holding on to those 90s. Eastern Oregon, according to the GFS, still holding on to those hundreds possible. Northern Central Oregon, of course, still doing that as well. So again, yeah, your GFS might be uptrending just a tad bit. But yeah, so just for the funs of it, let's just take a look at the GFS forecast for the weekend. Okay, so here's the highs that is going to be for Saturday. It's going to be very pleasant for the Willamette Valley at least. Look at this, lower 80s, mid 70s even for some spots, and even Medford might be getting some cooling as well. Looks like even Eastern Oregon might. So Sunday's max temperature, according to GFS, even cooler, upper 70s. So yeah, this is kind of looking into a little bit more fairyland type stuff. So that is a temperature forecast, and if anyone is hoping for precipitation, I will roll this through probably up till right around here. There's not going to be much. So you can see it's just all clear. And I don't think the Euro model says much about that chance either, except maybe just a little bit of scattered showers here at the just 200 hours out. You can see, or 150 hours out, you can see maybe some system dropping by, a little shortwave trough coming down here, bringing us some shots. Oh my God, scattered showers. So that will be interesting to see. As you can see, you got these blue easel bars. That usually means a trough there. Blue easel bars is cold. But yeah. So that is interesting. Very interesting indeed. Now I do want to take a look at tropical tidbits, and I want to see really quickly if we're gonna see any we're just gonna go all out here and go into the future here. I want to see if we do get any other low pressures, if the models think that we're just going to be staying dry for the rest of the time for the rest of July. Because if we do, we will likely see an explosive fire season coming in July. So yeah, so we're probably going to take a look at this map. I'm going to take a look. This is just okay. Here we go. This is wind. Yeah, okay. All right, so this is the low pressure and high pressure. Okay, got it. So you can see this low focused right over us. This is actually what's powering the ridging. As you can see, you got very strong ridging around Oregon right here. You can see this high pressure is what's fueling it all. So we play into the future. You can see, okay, maybe by the 19th, this is 90 hours out, some ridging sneaking in. So we're mainly, yeah. So that's basically what's happening. It looks like we're going to see some big cool off, and then maybe the 19th once again, maybe some ridging will return there, and then we'll see some, looks like cooling is going to return. I think return there. And it looks like another, yes, I was just looking up in the Funnyland now. So, other thing we could take a look at is Climate Prediction Center. This will give us some outlooks and some maps. So, yeah, we're going to take a look at the Climate Prediction Center real quickly before we move on to our forecasts. All right. So you can see next 6 to 10 days, we're going to see a major cool down here. And this is going to include parts of Washington, parts of Northern Oregon, although I would leave Northern Oregon out of that, really. I just don't see there being much possibility of anything sneaking in except for maybe a short wave, a couple of rain showers. And There is a little bit, and there is going to be a little bit of dryness, of ridging interference with these systems too. Just keep that in mind. Next 8 to 14 day outlook is showing that drying returning, and a ridge, a massive ridge building from the eastern, central, and Gulf states, and building up. And that's going to influence at least some dryness and maybe some heat for parts of Oregon, and obviously going to push that precipitation out. So that is one thing we can take a look at. Then the 18 to 4-day hazards outlook. This is quite interesting to me. We'll see if we're under anything, but I don't think we are at this time. Yeah, we're not really under much. As you can see, temperatures are showing for the Gulf states, although this could possibly build all the way over here, like the Climate Prediction Center was saying. But that is the end of the model segment of this stream. We are now going to be taking a look at the forecasts. Okay, let's do this. So the first forecast, we're going to be doing Portland. All right. As you can see, for Portland, we're giving Wednesday, again, Oregon Weather Watch Day is highlighted in red. Wednesday, 96 degrees. We're dropping from the hundreds because I just feel like if there may be a possible chance for, like what we saw today, there may be a possible chance for the onshore flow to make a return. And if that does, I feel like we are going to see a significant drop in what we originally thought was going to happen, and maybe just end up being in the mid 90s, which would be more favorable. I don't really want us to reach 100 degrees, but it's still possible, of course, and still may happen. So that's why I went 96 low. We're still going to be quite warm, just not as warm as predicted. Originally, we're forecasting now 96 or not 65. For Thursday, we're going partly sunny, or mostly, or we're going sunny, 89 degrees. And that is when we're going to start to see a little bit of cooling, although models are still seeing, of course, maybe that heat sticks around for a little bit longer, but it's going to be lower 90s, and we're going low 60s. Friday is going to be a little bit interesting. It looks like GFS cloud cover forecast is saying some sort of system might bring us some, or onshore flow may usher some marine layer back on shore in the evening. So we put it at partly cloud, or at mostly sunny, but still having that chance of getting into the upper or mid 80s. That is what we are going to be forecasting for Friday. Yeah, again, mid 80s. And we are going with a major drop in low temperature down to 55 degrees. If we do see that marine layer kick in throughout the evening time, then I feel like, or even afternoon to evening time, then I feel like we will have a better chance at only getting up to 85 degrees, maybe even cooler. So we will definitely see it about that. Taking a look at Salem. Okay. So we're taking a look at Salem now. Tomorrow, this is the old one. All right, give me a second. I'll load that back in. Just showed the old Salem forecast. That was yesterday's forecast. Okay, this is the new one. Sorry about that. Okay, Salem. Tomorrow, Oregon Weather Watch Day is in effect. Salem is going to be looking a lot like Portland, except we're just going 2 temperatures up, 98. I feel like the onshore flow is going to start sucking some of the warm air from Portland, Portland in the gorge, bringing it down the Willamette Valley. So I'm going a lot of the models are also saying warming or around this number, but I'm going 98. There is a possibility for Salem, especially, to reach 100 tomorrow. Lows, surprisingly, are going to be around 50 to 56 degrees because, again, once we get that onshore flow going, I feel like there is going to be a lot of more western pattern or more eastern pattern going on, and we could definitely cool things off at night. Thursday is looking way different than Portland. We're still going sunny. 85 degrees though. That big drop coming on because that wind from the ocean is definitely going to usher in some cooler, but still warm temperatures. And with a low of 59, just a little bit warmer, but it's not really a big change. Friday again, we got that possible onshore, that possible marine layer creeping back in on the evening. So mostly sunny. We're putting it at 86 for a high and 55 for a low. Again, possibly cooler depending on if that onshore flow does stick around all morning. It could push in through Thursday morning. We don't know. We will have a new outlook out by tomorrow when we do the stream, so we'll know more by then. Okay, moving on to Bend, our last location before we take a look at the graphical outlook, and then we'll end it off. So Bend here, showing Bend's weather. Wednesday. So we have no Oregon Weather Watch days in effect for Bend. I just do not feel like I don't really have that much confidence in it reaching any of the characteristics of it. But Wednesday we're going 89 for Bend as a high. That is just specifically because there's just enough conditions. Low is going to be around 60. Thursday we're going in 89 once again. Lows around 58. Model confidence is in really good agreement with both of these days, although it does change Friday when when models are forecast. Change Friday but that is only because models are forecasting two different things. But I'm saying it looks like more of a 91 case scenario. So highs are going to be placed in 91, lows in the 55, lows in the mid 50s. For Friday, there is going to be a little bit of a cloud chance, maybe just a patchy fog or something like that coming in, and we are going to have that influence. Probably not as far out, but maybe some of that marine air could creep in through Bend's area, and but that is going to cause some cloud cover. All right, well, we're going to take a look at the last thing on the stream, and then we're probably going to end it off. So yeah, let me pull that up. Okay, so for the Willamette Valley, let's go ahead and show that. All right. So Willamette Valley. Again, tonight we're going to have a significant excessive heat risk being in effect for most of the Portland area, it looks like. So that is going to be a major issue there, actually. Wednesday, when it all peaks, we're going to have another significant heat risk. Keep in mind, this is showing spots, but that's only because that's where models are forecasting the hottest temperature. So really the significant should be throughout the entirety of the Pacific North, of the Willamette Valley. Thursday, we get that cooling starting. We only go down, we're completely dropping just to an elevated threat of excessive heat. And by Friday, decreasing it down to only the Portland Metro and Hillsborough area. Wind is going to be something that we need to be watching as well. And we got some limited areas here tonight through Saturday, and fog for marine. But yeah, so that is going to be mainly about it for this stream. We will be back tomorrow I will be scheduling a stream tonight. I'm going to decide on a time. That's what I'm going to decide on a time. I do have work tomorrow, so it's going to be a little bit more of a scattered day. So I got to go into work, and so the most likely time I will be live streaming it, or is hopefully before the heat actually starts to peak. But I honestly don't really know. Obviously, we got to get the forecasts out, and I will be adding. Finally, we'll be adding Medford and Pendleton to the forecasts, so it might even take a little bit longer tomorrow. But again, yeah, that'll be the end. That's going to be the end of the stream. If you enjoy, like and subscribe. But that will be about it. Thanks for watching. See ya.